Welcome to Autistic Philosophy, the channel where I just bitch or rant about whatever I feel like and question my relation to this strange ass world. I'm Kevin Cass, the Autistic Wizard. Today's topic is beauty. I wrote a paper in 4th or 5th grade in English or language arts class called Magazine Beauty, and I'd like to bring that message back to the world again because it seems still relevant. A lot of my language papers back then, when you could write about what you want, or you get to write a story, would be something I think the world needs to know. And being the autistic kid, I questioned everything. Supposedly, I don't really know how the world works, right? But definitely observe it. And I observed at a young age this phenomenon that everybody wanted to clone Barbie and Ken, or alternatively, their favorite celebrities. And so I questioned, everybody looks the same, blonde hair, blue eyes, or whatever. Everybody wears the same outfit, etc. Where's the beauty? It becomes a dime a dozen. It becomes common. It becomes normal. So then, what makes it so special? Where's the beauty there? I never really had a self-image. Still don't care what I look like. Still don't have an opinion. And someone could try to persuade me or have power over me, or even really mean it, and saying, hey, you're beautiful, you're cute, you're whatever. But from my viewpoint, I just have to take your word for it. In my paper I wrote I had a lot of girlfriends, friends that are girls to be clear. And women often struggle with body image, with self-image. They shit on themselves when the world doesn't, even or in addition to the world doing it. And I would always try to pick people up. So to one person I'd said, the mere fact that anyone has ever called you beautiful, sexy, gorgeous, hot, or damn, they couldn't have all been liars. It's statistically impossible that every single person ever complimented you as a liar, so must have some merit. Similarly, I'll take it in. And similarly, you aren't that bad. I'd like to cover a couple of the common ones, maybe, that people go through and show my unique perspective on it. Keep in mind, what do I know? I'm just autistic. These are my perspectives and how I view it, and it might be a strange viewpoint. I look at things as information. This video was inspired by a recent post on Facebook Threads or Twitter maybe that had a chunky woman that said, do guys find fat girls attractive or something like that. So she's fishing to feel okay where she's at. No, actually it wasn't fat girls, it was stretch marks. There was another one that I'd seen like that, but do men find stretch marks attractive? They're like, am I still beautiful? That's what I saw out of it. And my comments on these sorts of things seem to get a lot of hearts or likes, depending on the website. And here's more or less what I said. Your body is a map. It tells a story, and I find it beautiful. To the lady with the stretch marks photos, I said, I want to kiss it. There, I see beauty. I see absolute beauty. I see, and I elaborated on it. I said, I see capable of childbirth. I see someone who has gained and conquered weight. And my point is, when you look at the story, maybe you just don't like stories. That's not who the person is, this shell. This is a literal map of everywhere they've been. And you can decode fetishes like this, too, to make it even more interesting. Check this out. So people with foot fetishes, why would anyone ever have that? And it turns out it's one of the most common fetishes in the world, right? But logically speaking, is there any logic to it? Yes, actually. Sort of. There's desire and psychological components to it. So usually someone is either submissive or a dominant who wants to share the power. Think about it. Underfoot. It's not always a submissive person. It could be someone that likes to be in control all the time. And then that's the next to barely vulnerability or lowering themselves that they would do. If you look at everything as if it tells a story, as if it's filled with information, you'll actually see the beauty in everything. So if everyone's identical, what's beauty? I'm trying to clone something else. Beauty is you, whatever that is. I've called myself pansexual. Where I fit into this world is really that energy, that being, that spirit, that person beyond. That's what I'm into. That's what I'll always be into. And granted, it might align with women, but look at the person. This is just a shell that tells you many stories, and if you judge it you might not really know all the awesome data, and if you did, it might seem that much more cool. Just a way of looking at it. I'm Kevin Chaos. What do I know? I'm just autistic.